Hello friends, welcome once again to my presentation on research and statistics. Today we are going to look at the fourth type of probability sampling. Don't forget, before now we have discussed the simple random sampling, the stratified random sampling, and the systematic random sampling. Today we look at the cluster random sampling. Now, what is the cluster random sampling? Now, it involves the dividing of the entire target population into clusters from where our representative sample can actually be obtained through a random selection. And it's important to note that this sampling technique applies to a heterogeneous population, just the same way we use the stratified random sampling and the systematic random sampling. It is only when our target population is considered homogeneous that is when we use the simple random sampling. Now, another important information for the cluster random sampling is that it is most applicable in situations where it is difficult to obtain the list of every element individual item in our population. In other words, it is not feasible to get our sampling free. Then we use the cluster random sampling. Now, take for instance, if we are to study the attitude of Nigerian students to cultism across the university, it is practically impossible to get the list of every student in all the university. Now, the question is, what do? We may actually view each university as a cluster from where we can now sample from the pool of the university, our selected university, for where the selected sample of students can actually be obtained. Another example is when we are studying maybe the perception of governance in the rural area. We can view each household in the rural area as a cluster from where we take our representative sample. Now, conclusively, it is important to note that each of these sampling techniques we have discussed can actually be used in a combined fashion in such a way, depending on our target population. It simply means we can divide a population into clusters, then we divide them into strata, and then we systematically pick our sample through random fashion from the population. Now, all is important is that whatever method we are using in our sampling, you must be able to justify it, be it in academic research or business research. You must be able to establish how appropriate that sampling technique is. Thank you very much. It's been nice actually doing this with you on daily basis. Until I come your way again, it is still research and statistics. And my name is Steve Felix Ayodele Oyeleye. I will see you again.